Hello. This video is to demonstrate how a Knurl surface can be created. How we can have such a surface effect, and then on a technical drawing, what is the thing to do for informing the reader that there is a knurl at a certain part over the surface. Well, here in this example, say that along this cylinder, yes, it is necessary to have a knurled part for a better gripping. If not the entire of the surface, but a certain part of surface will be processed in this virtual environment, such as for having a knurl over the surface, such a surface effect, the surface first is to be split. Okay, for splitting surface, well, or splitting body, the tool to select is the same. In Modify panel, find Split option and clicking on it, start the process. In the dialog box, if the case is the one surface is to be split, then the first option from here, split phase option, is the correct one. If the body is to split for trimming purpose, then select the second. Okay, here for splitting surface, this is the correct option. Split tool. Well, split tool is like a knife. It is to cut surface. The convenient method for splitting a surface uses a work plane. So, first have the necessary work plane and then pass through that stage. Since there is no work plane yet, I'm going to cancel this process. First, from here, select Offset from Plane option, and then say that this is the reference surface for the work plane. Work plane is to be parallel to this one. Indicate the surface, and then say that work plane is over there, from the tip of the cylinder 25 millimeters away. Well, 25 from here to there is the length of the portion over the surface of that portion gonna have a knurl. Okay, the length of the knurled portion in this example is 25 millimeters. And then say OK. After having such a work plane, then start the splitting process. Yes. Split tool button is on. Indicate the work plane as the tool. And then phase indication button is active. It is toggled on by the software. Bring the cursor onto the surface and then indicate that it is the surface to split. Okay? And then clicked on OK button. That is it. Well, now we have two separated surfaces thanks to splitting. Well, it is always good practice after using a work plane. Take it as visibility. Left click, right click. When the cursor is on work plane icon, from the pop-up menu, deselect visibility option. OK. And then along the quick access menu bar, first clicked on the listing arrow of the first display just after the material assignment tool of the software, and then yes, see whether knurl option is in the list. If not, then clicked on the listing arrow of the second display and from the list, end of the list, this part, find Appearance Library option. Select Autodesk Appearance Library. Because Knurl in 3D environment not to really create, but just a surface effect to have. Okay, after selecting from this list Autodesk Appearance Library option, and then clicked on this button along the quick access menu bar. It is like a bar chart with an injector. Okay, and then in the simulated dialog, find the listing arrow, drop the list, and then scrolling the list, find Knurl option. Yes, alphabetical order, H, K, and Knurl. Knurl 45 may be selected as the option to have the corresponding surface effect. Knurl 45. After selecting Knurl 45, bring the cursor to the vicinity of the surface, splitted part of the surface, over which we have such a surface effect, and then click. And then clicked on OK button. Well, after applying the surface effect creation process, you may not directly see the knurl over the surface. There is such a trick. Select View tab, and then from Appearance panel, in Appearance panel, first check whether texture option is on. It must be on. And then Visual Style from here, select Realistic option. Well, after selecting Realistic option, then start seeing the surface effect. In the effect, if the size of the knurl, the pitch value of knurl is not in the corresponding order with respect to the size of the surface, then can do what? Clicked on this ball, it is between these two displays. Okay, and then over here in the upper pane in the Appearance browser dialog, find Knurl option, double clicked on it. After double clicking, you find this sub dialog box. Okay, relief pattern, clicked on this listing arrow, and then amount. If you hold it, you can change the number of indentations over the surface. Scrolling this one, you can make the pitch, not scrolling, say sweeping this bar along the scale slot, can make the pitch greater in this direction, in the opposite direction smaller. Here the pitch value to set is not the real value. It is because just an appearance, and if it is said that the surface effect, in the surface effect knurl is distinguishable in the reasonable order, then this means that position for the scale bar is okay. And then clicked on apply and close this dialog box. Yes, in the virtual environment, solid model environment, this is the thing to do for having such a surface effect. Save the file. How about the technical drawing? On the technical drawing, how we can inform the reader that there is such a portion over the surface? Create the view or views, select the quadrant option, and then template option, And after having the paper simulation, create the view. Okay, I'm going to create the view with this in this orientation. Okay, scale maybe 2:1. Okay, one view is sufficient for such a straight cylinder. No need to create the profile view. Style button is on. This one, if it is the third style button, also shaded option is toggled on, and then say OK. You see, not a matter it is on or off, we cannot see the surface effect on the projection. Right click, edit view, try it again. I clicked on this and then see, now we have such an appearance over the surface, but it is not an orthographic projection. It is just like a photograph. This is of course poor practice, and here you see it is not so easy to say that there is a knurl over here. Well, so edit the view. Do not select this style button. Keep it off. This one must be on only. Okay, and then say OK. After having the view of the object, then show the necessary dimensions. Quickly configure the dimensioning facility. I know that for this order of magnitude, precision in showing the nominal values is 0. Okay, and display option, extension lines are to start after a few millimeters empty space from the limit of the feature to 3 millimeters. Okay, text dimensioning, font height, for A3 size paper 5 millimeters recommended, and font name Arial is the recommended option, you know. Clicked on save button and clicking on back button, turn back to it. And then for having the horizontal tail of leader line, select this option in this configuration dialog box and then close. And show the dimension. Which dimension? The dimension of this part. We split the surface, and this is just the location dimension for the cross section. After that cross section, the rest is unknurled portion. But here, how we can highlight that this portion is knurled? Well, to be able to, it's a good practice to have the surface pattern on the view. Okay, not only say that with a little line knurled. Okay, here show the part with a leader line, and then say that right click the mouse and then write the note here. Knurled comma pitch is equal to, write the standard pitch value, for instance 0.8 is the standard pitch value, and then say that diamond knurl. Write this word, diamond pattern. Okay, although this note may be sufficient to say that this portion together with this dimension is the knurled portion. Well, here there is a typo here, corrected. Sorry, first escape button and then not knurled, but it is to be written like this. Now it is correct. Okay. To be able to have the surface effect, then first indicate on the view, indicate the view with a click. It is the trick, and making such a click is a must. And then click on Start Sketch button. And in sketch mode, yes, to be able to have the boundary line between the Knurl region and the rest, well, apply project geometry process first, have the projection of the projection, and then start line drawing process. Okay, snap the terminal point of the surface limit line, snap the terminal point of the surface limit line at the opposite side, have such a boundary line, and then start hatch region process, clicking on this button. Okay, and then from here select the correct hatching option, select other, and then try which option gives us diamond shaped Knurl. These are different cross-hatching styles. Well, trying to find the diamond shape, shaped hatching option. This may be used. Okay, angle, change the angle, make 60, and then indicate surface. Oh, this angle is not suitable. How about 30, 45? Well, this option I think is not suitable. So, well, okay, I'm going to select ANSI 31, but thereafter select double box, double. Well, to have diamond shaped, yes, it is better, I think. Instead of making a long search and some trials, ANSI 31 is the pattern type, and to say that it is diamond shaped Knurl, select double option. Well, the appearance is not so realistic. To highlight that pitches in the order, then change the scale factor here, 0.5. Try 0.5. Maybe good enough, or say that 0.2. It is very small, 0.3 maybe. Okay. Well, the distance similarly from here to there, not necessary to have in the pitch value, in the order of pitch value, because this pitch value is to say that pitch is equal to 0.8. This is just to draw the attention of the reader that over the surface there is a Knurl. This is just to say, well, there is a pattern over there, not to, it is size, not to say that pitch is 0.8. To be able to inform the reader that pitch is equal to that much, yes, we use annotation. Okay, then say OK, and then finish the sketching stage. Of course, don't forget to show the symmetry axis, longitudinal axis for unknurled part, and the axis for the other. Yes, that is it. Thank you for watching.